In a web of blame, Stefan's life unravels after a traumatic brain injury.
A hole in the parking lot, drove right over him, and hit him in the head with the bumper as he backed up the first time, and then if that was enough, he pulled forward and ran over him again. The fact that Stefan isn't.
They hit him in the back of the head first, and when Stefan raised up to look, he heard the kid screaming. He quickly put it in gear and drove forward and hit him in the front.
Oh, good.
Over his body.
He should have backed up again.
The fact that he wasn't permanently disabled and wheelchair bound is a miracle.
Thank the mud.
But
I was about to say that, Nanaska. All these misses, so many people trying to kill him. Leprechauns and truck drivers and garden gnomes. All these crazy people. The small people are trying to get him. Don't forget the meth heads, you guys. All right? He should have backed up, went forward, whatever. Went forward, backed up, and then went forward again then. I'm sorry. My bad. Yolanda said Maddie walked to her office crying and saying she didn't want to be at her house, and Yolanda told her to go home. I think she didn't want to be in the middle, in my opinion. I believe you should be in the middle if your granddaughter is telling you that. All right? I'm not holding her accountable, and I'm not saying that she that arrest Yolanda or anything like that, but hold Jen Soto accountable by all means. All right, and if she is a true Christian, she knows what the good book says about people who hurt children. My dad had a TBI and never did any. Yeah, many people do, and just like Wade Wilson, nobody's buying it. All right.
There wasn't when he was released from the hospital. The doctor said, "Hey, be cognizant of any difference in his attitude and his demeanor and such." And we pressed for more information, and we just told that he could have some headaches, dizziness, nausea, sensitivity to light and stuff. May not be able to wake up or go to sleep. And there could be some other physical traits. He developed a tic for a while, and after that, he did suffer from PTSD and also separation anxiety. But we just knew there was that stuff, but they just told us to be on the lookout for things. And what we did find is that his personality changed.
That I agree.
He changed 180 degrees. He was a high energy kid, full of love, laughter, and such, and to something totally different.
The troglodyte.
And then he started experiencing some educational problems, and Debbie can relate to that. We had to put him into an individual education plan and what have you. And we finally realized that we needed to take him out of school and put him into a homeschool environment, which was held to a strict regime. And Debbie did a great job of managing that for him. We also did as much as we could to encourage him to participate in sports. I tried to expose him to as much sports as possible. He didn't seem to have a lot of it.
So they did in the beginning. The narrative is changing a bit right here when he's talking about this. They're talking about Stefan being a liar and a manipulator, and they didn't know him at all. But then they're also talking about this as well. This is quite a long interview. But yeah, there's no excuse. I'll never give an excuse for what Stefan did. Do I sympathize and empathize with Chris and Debbie? Yeah, absolutely. I could. I told you in the beginning. My mom, same 70. She's 72. My brother, my nephew in prison, same type of stuff. Not pedos. No. If they were, I wouldn't even be. I'd tell you. But do I hear my mom coddling them? Yes. All right, you guys are laughing behind the scenes about something. Hold on, Reese is calling me. Go ahead.
Sports per se, kind of gravitated towards track. He was fast. He was always fast as a kid on his feet, and in spite of his injury, he was a speedster, but that didn't last long because he apparently had a kidney disorder that required some immediate surgery, and he had to have some emergency surgery to take care of that. Again, he discovered an interest in Shokan karate and did well with that. He managed to get a brown belt in that, but we were forced to move away to California. Well, actually, no, where did we go after that? He was in Georgia. Yeah, we went to California. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my wife's mother was dying of cancer, so we went out to be with her in her last few years. But we later introduced it to scuba diving. We kept trying to introduce him to things that would be motivating enough to provide enough incentive to where maybe he would be motivated to go out and get a job and earn some money to pay for these things, because it didn't try to overindulge him with money and access to money per se. I was trying to use that as an incentive and motivation to go out and get a job.
It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work.
Everything seemed to be focused towards solitary pursuits. We love reading games, Pokemon games, Warcraft,
and it stayed that way, sir. It stayed that way. Stefan never got past the Pokemon cards and the little trinkets and games and things to attract the children. Right now, that I agree. That I wish Maddie's mom would have protected her. And I wish that when Deb stepped in, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt that she talked to Stefan and talked to Maddie and said, "You guys are too old for this. It's not looking too good. This is not a good idea." That Jen didn't step right in. And now the abuse was already happening by then, I'm sure. But why didn't Jen Soto protect her child? So we want to blame the teachers. We want to blame these people. We want to blame everybody. We want to blame Yolanda. We really should be blaming Stefan Sterns and Jen Soto here. Now, again, yes, enabling